Number 15. Reine, Norway, a real-life fairy tale village between the sea and the Arctic mountains. Reine is known as one of the most beautiful places in the world and a leading attractive destination for Norwegian tourism. Located on Moskinnesøya Island in the Lofoten archipelago, this tiny fishing village appears like a mirage between the sea and mountains, where small red houses seem to be floating in the middle of the sea, while the Arctic mountains stand tall and majestic like the walls of ancient mythology. In summer, Reine lives in the midnight sun phenomenon, with golden light lasting throughout the night, causing the boundary between day and night to vanish, thereby turning every moment into something like a cinematic shot. In winter, the village lies under a blanket of white snow in absolute silence until the aurora suddenly unfurls like ribbons of green silk, illuminating the sky. Therefore, Reine is always an ideal starting point for us to explore pristine natural beauties such as hiking between mountains and the sea, kayaking, and watching the magical northern lights. Reine is not noisy, not ostentatious, but it is precisely that peace and surreal scenery that make anyone who has ever visited reluctant to leave too soon. Number 14. Oia, Santorini, Greece, a village beautiful as paradise with the world's most beautiful sunset. If you have ever dreamed of a pure white paradise against a deep blue sky, then welcome to Santorini, Greece's most charming island. A morning here begins with gentle sunlight gliding over the characteristic blue domes. You wake up in a homestay overlooking the Aegean Sea, and opening the window reveals the entire blue sky merging into the sparkling water. Stepping out onto the streets of Oia, you will see white houses stacked on the mountainside like a honeycomb. Every turn is a surprise. Small cafes smelling of toasted bread, sophisticated handmade jewelry shops, and the friendly smiles of locals. At noon, you will enjoy hot gyros, fresh crunchy Greek salad, and a glass of wine made right on the island. Every flavor here is quintessentially Mediterranean, both simple and refined. As afternoon falls, you can find your way to the unique black sand beach or paddle a kayak along the vertical cliffs. But the best part is the sunset. In Oia, you will see the sun slowly sinking into the sea, dyeing the entire island in a dreamy golden orange hue. That romantic scene has turned Santorini into a wonderful destination for couples in love. Many couples have also chosen Santorini as their honeymoon location. Santorini is not just a destination, it is an emotion. A day here is enough to make you never want to leave. Number 13. Giethoorn, Netherlands, a picturesque 700-year-old car-free fairy tale village. Do you know that there exists a village in the world with no cars, no horns, no traffic lights, but only small canals serving as the main roads for the past 700 years? Welcome to Giethoorn, one of the most beautiful villages in the world. Here, thatched roof houses are built along the canals that cover the village and are linked together by 176 wooden bridges, creating a scene like something out of a fairy tale painting. The main means of transportation here are boats, bicycles, or walking on the bridges. People here go to work, go to school, and even deliver goods by boat. Hotels are also located along the canals, with breakfast served on small rowboats that quietly stop by the window. Instead of the noise of traffic or sirens, you will hear the sound of water gently lapping against the side of the boat, the sound of oars softly stirring, and birds chirping. In spring, flowers bloom along the paths and canal banks, making the entire village look like a fairy tale field. All of this blends to create a rare, peaceful space, making time seem to slow down as soon as you arrive, completely separate from the pace of modern life. Drifting along the water, you can forget all worries and enjoy a strange sense of relief and peace. And if you are looking for a place to relax, the ancient village of Giethoorn is the place to heal your life. Number 12. Grimentz, Switzerland. A picturesque ancient village with flowers blooming on snow and wine born from glaciers. Located deep in the mountains of Switzerland, Grimentz is a small village that leaves a lasting impression at first sight. Dark wooden houses, hundreds of years old, stand close to one another. In winter, Grimentz puts on a very characteristic silence of the high mountains. The small, snow-covered roads and the quiet space are such that you can clearly hear the wind gently blowing through the valley. In summer, Grimentz suddenly becomes a paradise with traditional houses overflowing with geraniums in the gentle sun, crystal clear blue skies, cool air, and a slow, pleasant pace of life. But what makes Grimentz most unique is glacier wine, an ancient traditional wine aged in wooden barrels hundreds of years old, symbolizing the resilience and patience of people in the high mountains. Taking a sip of wine amidst the mountain cold, you feel as if you can sense the entire history, climate, and soul of this land. Visitors here can ski, hike, sightsee, enjoy cuisine, and experience local customs. Grimentz does not need bustle to impress. It is the silence of the high mountains, the fresh air, and the rustic lifestyle that give people the feeling that time here has slowed down, and they do not want to leave. Number 11. Is France, a medieval village perched between the sky and the Mediterranean Sea. There is a village in the south of France where every step feels like being suspended between the sky and the sea. Just by turning around, the entire Mediterranean opens up below, deep blue and endless. Perched on a cliff nearly 430 meters above sea level, Aires appears from afar like a medieval fortress clinging to the mountainside, defying gravity and time. Silver-grey stone walls, layered ancient roofs, all create a form that is both fragile and proud before the open sea. Going deep into the heart of the village, you will get lost in a labyrinth of narrow stone streets, winding between ancient houses covered in vines and seasonal flowers. On both sides of the road are high-end fashion boutiques and art galleries leading up to the Jardin Exotique Botanical Garden at the top, which carries an enchanting and mysterious royal atmosphere. Aires is famous for its rare blend of medieval architecture and modern luxury, making it a favorite destination for travelers seeking an experience that combines the sea, art, and history. The village also offers world-class culinary experiences with many luxurious restaurants celebrating regional flavors, enriching the scenic and cultural appeal of Aires. Just standing in Aires for a minute, you will understand why people are willing to fly halfway across the world to get here. Number 10. Hallstatt, Austria, the world's most beautiful lakeside village with a history of over 7,000 years. Nestled on the banks of Lake Hallstatter Sea and surrounded by majestic mountains, Hallstatt has long been known as one of Europe's most beautiful fairy tale villages, maintaining a perfect balance between nature and history. Colorful wooden houses, tiered along the mountainside, are reflected in the mirror-like calm surface of the lake, creating a peaceful scene like a painting. Besides possessing scenery like a fairyland, Hallstatt is also famous for its ancient salt civilization, where salt mines have been continuously exploited for over 7,000 years and are recognized as the oldest in the world. Coming here, visitors can explore salt tunnels deep underground or take a cable car up high to admire the spectacular scenery from above. The village is also an ideal starting point for hikes in the surrounding forests or boat excursions on the lake, offering moments of stillness separate from the pace of daily life. In winter, the village is covered in an enchanting snow coat. This is also an ideal time to experience skiing and year-end festivals. Like a perfect postcard that heaven sends to the world, Hallstatt encapsulates the majesty of the Alps, the grace of the lake, and the sophistication of human civilization in an exquisite, timeless painting. Number 9. Tossa de Mar, Spain, a fairy tale coastal village at the foot of a Mediterranean fortress. Located on the Costa Brava coast, Tossa de Mar appears like a small gem of the Mediterranean. Right next to the beach is an ancient fortress with round watchtowers and solid stone walls, enclosing the old town to preserve a bygone era. In the 13th century, pirate attacks were very common, so they built walls as a form of defense. The wall has several towers used to monitor approaching boats. From the foot of the hill, a cobblestone path leads you through the city gate, winding between traditional houses with tiled roofs and wooden doors that have faded over the years. In that space, the smell of sea salt blends with the aroma of grilled seafood, the sound of glasses clinking gently, and the boisterous laughter from tapas bars create an atmosphere that is both familiar and novel, making people want to stay longer. It is no coincidence that Tossa de Mar was once a place many painters and writers sought out to create. The blue of the sea, the warm yellow of the stone walls, and the slow pace of the fishing village make every street corner look like an invaluable cinematic shot. During the day, you can swim, sunbathe, or take a boat along the cliffs. When sunset falls, sitting on the sand, watching the yellow lights from the fortress reflect on the sea, you will feel as if you are living in a story more beautiful than a dream. All of these things make the village an ideal destination for a holiday that is both relaxing and rich in cultural experiences. Number 8. Albarrobello, Italy, the unique white-coned town of the Apulia region. If you have ever wondered if a little people's village with strange conical roofs, like in stories, exists in real life, then Albarrobello is the answer. Located in the Apulia region of southern Italy, Albarrobello is famous for its low, trulli houses, whitewashed walls, and conical stone roofs made of flat stone slabs without mortar. Hundreds of conical roofs close together create a sea of grey and white. Looking from afar, like stone mushrooms covering the hill. Stepping into the Trakai district, you will walk on paved slopes, with tiny wooden door houses on both sides, their roofs so low you only need to reach out to touch them. A few roofs are even painted with mysterious symbols, reflecting the beliefs and individual stories of each family. In the past, this style of house was born from a trick to evade taxes, as they could be dismantled quickly when inspected. But over time, it became a unique heritage recognized by UNESCO. Today, many Trakai have been transformed into cafes, specialty shops, and cute small homestays. In the evening, when yellow lights reflect on the conical roofs, Albarracín looks even more like a fairy tale world, where you feel that just by turning another corner, you will meet a character stepped out of a comic book. This is not just a town to see, but a place for you to temporarily leave the familiar world and try living slowly in a setting almost like nowhere else. Number 7. Mont Saint-Michel, France. A rocky island and medieval abbey amidst magical tidal seas. There is a place in France where an island can disappear and then reappear in just a few hours as the tide rises and falls. That is Mont Saint-Michel, a rocky mountain rising from the vast sea and sands in Normandy. Looking from afar like a castle out of a legend. From a distance, you will see the abbey on the island's peak, reaching high into the sky, with stone walls and sharp spires as if floating on the water. When the tide recedes, the sea retreats far away, revealing endless sandy beaches and the path leading to the island. When the water rises, Mont Saint-Michel separates itself from the mainland again, becoming a solitary island amidst silver-colored waters. The feeling of standing on the causeway, watching the water advance bit by bit, is like watching an ancient miracle. Inside the walls is a tiny medieval village with steep cobblestone streets, houses packed closely together, souvenir shops, and cozy eateries. Climbing gradually higher, you will reach the abbey, which was a sacred pilgrimage site for many centuries, with quiet stone corridors overlooking the sea. When sunset falls, yellow lights turn on along the fortress walls, and Mont Saint-Michel appears like a medieval lighthouse, so beautiful it makes you want to stand still and look for a long time. Number 6. Bled, Slovenia, a turquoise glacial lake and an ancient castle on a cliff overlooking the Wishing Island. If you have ever dreamed of a place that looks like a fairy tale cover, with turquoise lake water, a small island in the middle with a church, and a castle clinging to a cliff above, then Bled is the place that turns that dream into reality. Bled is known for its stunning glacial lake surrounded by majestic mountains. The water so clear it reflects the clouds and the surrounding forests. Right in the heart of the lake is a small island like a perfect accent, where there is a rustic old church and the legendary wishing bell. It is believed that if you pull the bell yourself and make a silent wish, that dream will come closer. In summer, Lake Bled is a place for walking, rowing, and cycling around the lake. In winter, mist and snow cover make the entire scene so magical that you just want to stand still and admire it forever. Ending a day in Bled, sitting in a small lakeside shop, enjoying a piece of the famous Bled cream cake and watching the water slowly take on the colors of sunset, you will understand why this place is considered one of the most romantic corners of Europe. Number 5. Trakai, Lithuania, a fairy tale castle town on an island in the middle of Lake Galve. If there is a place that makes you feel like you are walking straight into a fairy tale cover, it is Trakai. Walking on a fragile wooden bridge in the middle of a calm lake, you will see a towering red brick castle emerging through the mist, as if floating on the water. Located amidst a complex of over 200 islands and peninsulas of Lake Galve, Trakai was once one of the ancient power centers of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. Trakai Island Castle is today a living museum and an attractive location for those interested in Baltic medieval history. Leaving the castle, Trakai appears gentle with colorful wooden houses, small gardens in the front porches, and the unique Karaite community preserving the Knisa temple and the aroma of hot kibinai pastries filled with fragrant meat. In summer, you can go boating, kayaking, or simply sit on the wooden pier watching the sunset dye the lake red. In autumn, the maple forests around the lake glow in golden-orange hues reflected in the water, creating a scene that any photography enthusiast and nature lover would dream of setting foot in Trakai at least once. In winter, when Lake Galve freezes and snow covers the castle roofs, Trakai turns into a silent crystal world, with only the crunching sound of footsteps on the snow and the red of the brick walls becoming even more prominent against the cold sky, beautiful to the point of being unforgettable. Number 4. Ronda, Spain, a town hanging amidst the clouds and the legendary Puente Nuevo Bridge. If there is a city that makes you shiver with height the moment you look down, yet impossible to look away from because it is so majestic, it is Ronda. Here, the entire city does not sit on the ground, but hangs suspended over the mouth of a deep abyss, where only a stone bridge span keeps history, people, and time from falling into an infinite void. The greatest symbol of Ronda is the Puente Nuevo Bridge. Located on a limestone plateau in Malaga province, this massive stone bridge was built in the 18th century, spanning an abyss over 100 meters deep, connecting the old town and the new town like a gravity-defying miracle. Standing in the middle of the bridge, the wind blowing up from the bottom of the abyss brings a sensation that is both free and overwhelming, as if standing between the boundary of heaven and earth. On the old town side, La Ciudad is a complex of streets existing since the era of the Islamic kingdoms. This is also the area that preserves the characteristic features of the village, such as cobblestone roads, white houses, flowered balconies, and Islamic imprints remaining at the city gates, walls, and Arab baths. On the new city side, El Mercadillo are squares, tapas bars, taverns, and the ancient Plaza de Toros bullring, one of the oldest bullrings in Spain. Standing on the railing at the viewpoint, looking down into the abyss, you will understand why Ronda is always mentioned as one of the most special and memorable towns in Europe. Number 3. Gruyères, Switzerland, the world-renowned 1,000-year-old cheese sanctuary. Gruyères is a charming medieval town located on a green hill in the canton of Fribourg, Switzerland, globally famous for its premium Gruyère cheese. It was from this tiny village that one of the most delicious, sophisticated, and expensive cheeses in the world was born, eventually becoming a culinary symbol of all of Switzerland. What is special is that to this day, Gruyère cheese is still made entirely by hand, preserving the traditional methods passed down through many generations. Here, you can witness with your own eyes artisans stirring batches of milk in large copper vats, pressing the cheese with ancient wooden molds, and maturing it in cool stone cellars for many months. That meticulous process to every detail creates golden cheese wheels with a rich, bold flavor and a characteristic, unmistakable sweet aftertaste. Gruyère is not just about cheese. It is a journey to discover historical stories echoing through each ancient stone wall. You will admire the mysterious, centuries-old Castle of Gruyères, built in the 13th century, located on a small hill overlooking the poetic Gruyères Valley and the majestic Alps. Inside the castle is a vivid museum displaying murals, antique furniture, armor, and many precious artifacts, preserving the mark of the 19 counts of Gruyère of the past, as if retelling the centuries-long history of this land. At the foot of the castle is the old town of Gruyères, with sloped roof houses, flowered windows, and a paved square, carrying lyrical architectural beauty. This is also where you can enjoy culinary quintessence that has existed for over 900 years and the friendliness of the locals. If you are looking for a place that is both romantic and culturally rich to slow down the pace of life, the Castle of Gruyères is certainly a destination you cannot miss on your journey to explore the land of watches. Number 2. Cochem, Germany, a town by the Moselle River and a wine paradise at the foot of a medieval castle. Located in western Germany, the town of Cochem is nestled by the poetic Moselle River. It is considered one of the most beautiful and romantic towns in Germany. From afar, Cochem appears like a vivid painting, with the Moselle River curving softly, flanked by hillsides covered with terraced vineyards, while at the peak, the Reichsburg Cochem Castle stands tall with spires, fortress walls, and flags flying in the wind. Entering the town center, you will walk through narrow cobblestone streets, flanked by multi-story, timber-framed houses painted in pastel colors with balconies bursting with flowers, bringing a sense of warmth and vitality. The small square in the middle of the village is always full of laughter and the sound of clear Moselle wine glasses clinking. Walking along the riverbank, you will come across numerous wine cellars and small shops inviting you to taste local wine, accompanied by cheese, German sausages, and regional specialties. Cochem not only pleases wine lovers, but is also rich in historical marks, with museums and guided tours retelling stories spanning many centuries. When sunset falls, the entire valley begins to light up. The golden light from taverns and cafes reflects on the river's surface, while the castle on the hill glows like a separate kingdom. That is the moment that makes you feel like you have just wandered into a page of a European fairy tale, and the main character is none other than you. Number 1. Albarracín, Spain, a medieval village in the Sierra de Albarracín mountains. If there is a place that makes you feel like you are stepping straight into the setting of a historical film, yet completely vivid, it is Albarracín. The entire village has a characteristic earthy pink color, clinging to the slopes of the Sierra de Albarracín, overlooking the Guadalquivir River flowing deep in the valley. This is one of the most attractive destinations in Spain, and is known as one of the most beautiful villages in Europe. From a distance, you can already see the zigzagging city walls climbing to the mountain peak like a stone dragon, embracing the small village by the Guadalquivir River. Stepping inside, you will see a labyrinth of narrow, steep, and winding stone streets, leading you between earthy pink houses with ancient wooden doors. The heart of Albarracín is the main square and the church with its prominent bell tower against a backdrop of tiled roof houses. During the day, small shops are bustling with laughter and conversation. At night, yellow lights make the entire village feel like a scene from a period film. In the evening, you can sit in an ancient stone eatery, order roast lamb, teruel jamon, sheep cheese, and a glass of Aragon red wine. Not elaborate, but very local. Nature lovers can follow the trails around the village, climbing to viewpoints to see the entire village nestled amidst the mountains. Albarracín is not flashy, but captivating precisely because of the feeling of living in a medieval village that is still breathing rather than a reconstructed museum. If you have the chance to visit Spain, do not forget to visit this ancient village to fully feel the beauty of this land. Closing the journey through 15 of the most beautiful villages and towns in Europe, we have gone from Reine between the sea and Arctic mountains, caught the sunset in Oia on Santorini Island, walked at the foot of the Tossa de Mar fortress, made a wish by Lake Bled, and ended in Albarracín, the pink-walled village in the mountains of Spain. We hope the images and stories told have enriched your understanding and sparked a desire to explore the extraordinary beauty of these fascinating countries yourself. If this journey has interested you, please like the video and share in the comments the village that impressed you the most or the place you want to set foot in first. And if you want to continue exploring other wonders around the world, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next trips.